Sheldon, you big weirdo, I want you to know that I love that you're in my life.
I love you too.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the moments when Sheldon and Penny's friendship on The Big Bang Theory felt destined to be, and the times they clashed like true arch nemeses.
I don't know what you're doing right now, but there are little bubbles forming in the corner of Sheldon's mouth.
Okay, yeah, I kind of crossed a line.
Number 5, Soulmates. Sheldon confides in Penny. As Penny and Sheldon grew closer, he sharpened her critical thinking while she helped him step out of his comfort zone.
Mommy, why are you crying? Well, 'cause I'm gonna miss you, Shelly Bean, even though you creeped the bejesus out of me.
Okay, I guess we're improvising now.
However, the moment that cemented their bond arguably came in season 10. After Sheldon and Amy moved in together and couldn't stop bickering, Leonard and Penny separated them to cool off. Penny learned Sheldon was essentially picking fights with Amy due to a painful childhood secret.
I heard a sound coming from my parents' bedroom. When I opened the door, I saw my father having relations with another woman.
That's awful.
Young Sheldon fans now know that isn't exactly what happened, but it speaks volumes that Sheldon trusted Penny enough to share it. Considering he'd held on to this secret for so long without telling anyone highlights just how deep their friendship had grown.
What happened with your dad?
We locked eyes, I ran to my room, and we never ever spoke of it.
Poor thing.
Number 5, Mortal Enemies. Teaching Penny a little physics. As well as a wealth of knowledge on their subject, we'd like our teachers to have interpersonal skills too. Well, Sheldon's got one of those.
Someone could teach sign language to Coco the gorilla. I could teach you some rudimentary physics.
Great. It's a little insulting, but great. I'll be Coco.
Not likely. Coco learned to understand over 2,000 words, not one of which had anything to do with shoes.
Penny appeals to his inquisitive mind to convince him to teach her a little physics. Honestly, she must have been desperate because, well, she's met Sheldon before, right?
That's college ruled. I hope that's not too intimidating.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It doesn't take long for things to spiral as Sheldon's condescension and insults push Penny's patience to the limit. The tension peaks when Sheldon makes a particularly rude comment, leading to a heated confrontation.
What does that imply?
I don't know.
But how can you not know? I just told you. Have you suffered a recent blow to the head?
Hey, you don't have to be so mean.
Thankfully, he changes his teaching technique just in time. Those two are like particles in an unstable system. Had the lesson continued, their bond would have decayed faster than a muon.
Why are you crying?
Because I'm stupid!
Well, that's no reason to cry. One cries because one is sad. For example, I cry because others are stupid and it makes me sad.
Number 4, Soulmates. Sheldon supports Penny's decision. In his own way, Sheldon has often supported Penny, whether it's helping her launch a business or lending her money when she falls on hard times. In this episode, Penny's frustrated when Leonard doesn't support her decision to quit her job at the Cheesecake Factory.
Got your job back. That is great news. I mean, I didn't want to say anything, but you are making the right choice. But to plunge yourself into debt right now would be literally insane.
Yeah, I'm just returning my uniform.
Normally, she's very self-assured, but Leonard's reaction makes her second-guess herself. Then, in a twist, Sheldon becomes the one to comfort her, telling her she made the right call.
The best way to achieve a goal is to devote 100% of your time and energy to it. Now, when I decided I was going to be a physicist, I didn't take some other job in case it didn't work out.
For someone who usually focuses on Penny's flaws, it's pretty special for him to throw his full support behind her, telling her not to let anything hold her back. Honestly, sometimes we all need that kind of confidence boost.
Thank you, I needed to hear that. Why can't Leonard understand it?
Because he's not like us, Penny. We're dreamers.
Number 4, Mortal Enemies. Who's going to Switzerland? Sheldon gets excited when Leonard's invited to see CERN's Large Hadron Collider in Switzerland. Only, Leonard plans on taking Penny as a Valentine's date.
We also put in what happens if one of us wins a MacArthur grant, or if one of us gets superpowers, or if one of us is bitten by a zombie.
He can't kill me even if I turn.
Is there anything in there about if one of you gets a girlfriend?
No, that seemed a little far-fetched.
Although this battle is technically between Leonard and Sheldon, Penny ends up caught in the middle. Sheldon is determined to go and pulls out all the stops to make it happen. He follows Penny to the laundry room to argue his case, but his approach isn't exactly persuasive. Maybe don't insult the person you're trying to convince.
And here we have a waitress brushing her teeth with her finger. AKA you.
I'm sorry, is this supposed to be buttering me up?
While his pitch doesn't work, he does guilt her into agreeing. However, the joke's on him as both Sheldon and Penny get sick and end up spending Valentine's Day with each other.
It's you! I touched you!
Happy Valentine's Day.
Number 3, Soulmates. Sheldon comes to Penny's aid. We'll never forget the events that led to the introduction of Soft Kitty.
Soft kitty, warm kitty.
Little ball of fur. Keep rubbing.
Little ball of fur.
When Penny needed help, Sheldon showed that despite his quirks, he wouldn't abandon his friend.
You gotta help me, please.
All right, let it never be said that Sheldon Lee Cooper ignored the pleas of a damsel in distress.
No one's saying that. Let's go.
He helps her out of the tub, gets her dressed, and, against his better judgment, even drives her to the hospital. Is Sheldon the person you really want around in tough times? Probably not, but when he's all you have, you make the best of it.
Sheldon, look, I am scared and in a lot of pain. Could you please take a break from being you for just a minute and try being, I don't know, comforting?
To his credit, he tries his best to be supportive. He's even surprisingly patient after Penny's painkillers have well and truly kicked in.
You have to help me get into bed. Sheldon has to get me into bed. Bet you never thought I'd say that.
Although, who knows if he'd been quite so sympathetic had he known the consequences of his heroism. Number 3, mortal enemies. Scavenger hunt partners. You'd think this would be a great chance to show how well these two get along, but nope.
What are you doing? You have to start with the edges.
Well, there's no right way, Sheldon. I already found a few pieces that fit.
Yeah, well, take them apart and start with the edges. And stop wasting time.
In fact, it's a pretty accurate representation of their friendship, especially in the earlier seasons. While they make a good team by playing to their strengths, their competitiveness takes over and tensions rise fast.
Those are map coordinates. Got them, let's go.
Boy, do you want to know how I figured it out?
No one likes a know-it-all, Penny.
Sheldon, as we know, believes he's the smartest person around, and even when Penny solves clues, he doesn't care to give her any credit or appreciate her contributions. They clash so often that honestly, it's a wonder Penny didn't just leave Sheldon stranded somewhere. The real prize here is that their friendship survived it all.
No one's opened them. We're the first ones here.
It's dirty laundry, you're up.
Why me?
Because you've been training for this your whole life. You live in a pile of dirty laundry.
Number 2, Soulmates. Party in the bathroom. In one of the most heartwarming moments of the show, Penny comforts Sheldon after he panics at his birthday party.
I know that you worked hard to put this together. I'm sorry I'm ruining it.
Oh, please, you're not ruining it. Look, at some point, Raj will try to get everyone to do the electric slide. Now that will ruin it.
I don't think I can go back out there.
That's fine.
Instead of coaxing him out of the bathroom, she allows him the time and space to handle his emotions. It's such a sweet scene that really shows how much both of them have grown and what their friendship has become. Penny shares how in the past they might not have been friends, but now she cares for him deeply.
There was a time I never would have been friends with someone like you, and now you are one of my favorite people. So if what you need is to spend your birthday in a bathroom, I'm happy to do it with you.
Thanks to her, Sheldon rejoins the party. Although he doesn't verbally express his gratitude, his willingness to accept a hug with minimal complaint is basically him telling her that she's one of his favorite people too.
I hope you didn't think you're gonna get through tonight without a hug.
You know, I used to hate these hugs. Now they're just extremely irritating.
Number 2, mortal enemies. The armchair fight. Early on, we get a glimpse of why Sheldon and Penny never ended up together.
If we were an old married couple, the wife would serve iced tea and snickerdoodles.
I don't have iced tea and snickerdoodles.
A good wife would go to the store.
I want a divorce.
Just kidding, but it does lead to one of their funniest fights. When Sheldon finds out the chair he's been sitting in was something Penny picked up off the street, his germophobia kicks in and he makes it his mission to get her to toss it out.
Penny. Penny. Penny.
What's up, Buttercup?
You have to get rid of the chair.
Nope.
Penny, of course, has no intention of giving in, but she sure loves messing with him. It's perhaps one of the funniest takes on the Sheldon's Knox running gag.
Penny. Penny. Ah! Penny.
Sheldon even tries to use Amy and Penny's friendship against her, but that backfires too. Penny eventually abandons the chair, but shh, don't tell Sheldon why.
Where do you want to tell Sheldon what happened? I swear! Can I tell my doctor? I'm probably gonna need shots. Yeah, sure!
Number 1, Soulmates. Sheldon hugs Penny. We quickly learn in this episode that the best gift you can give Sheldon is no gift at all.
I know you think you're being generous, but the foundation of gift giving is reciprocity. Like, you haven't given me a gift. You've given me an obligation.
Why bother with a nicely wrapped present when you can spare him the stress of figuring out how to reciprocate? But of course, that all goes out the window when Sheldon sees what Penny got him.
Turn it over.
To Sheldon, live long and prosper. Leonard Nimoy.
And no, we're pretty sure no bath item gift set could ever match the thoughtfulness of her present. While a hug of gratitude is no big deal for most, it's huge coming from Sheldon, especially since, until this moment, everyone probably thought he had no clue what a hug even was. Penny being his first makes it that much sweeter.
Leonard, look, Sheldon's hugging me.
It's a Saturnalia miracle.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Mortal Enemies. Chaos erupts over an onion ring. By the time they call a truce, so much has happened that it's easy to forget it all started with an onion ring. Yes, one misplaced onion ring leads to Penny's banishment and an escalating feud, with both using their wits to take the fight further.
You can't do that. Not only is it a violation of California state law, it flies directly in the face of Cheesecake Factory policy.
Yeah, no, there's a new policy. No shoes, no shirt, no Sheldon.
Penny refuses to serve Sheldon, so he retaliates by blocking her access to Wi-Fi. She ruins his laundry night, so he hangs her delicates on a phone wire.
How the hell did you get him up on that telephone wire?
When you understand the laws of physics, Penny, anything is possible. And may I add, mwah-ha-ha.
It's funny that despite being mortal enemies, they're more alike than they realize. Leonard gives Penny the key to end the battle, leading to a truce. This episode is one of their funniest, and it gives us the ultimate comeback.
Woman, you are playing with forces beyond your ken.
Yeah, well, your Ken can kiss my Barbie.
Which moment do you think cements Sheldon and Penny as soulmates, and when did you most enjoy watching them go head to head? Let us know in the comments.
This has gotten way out of hand. Okay, I've done some stupid things, you've done some stupid things. How about we just call it even and move on with our lives?
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.